Alright, welcome back to Flight Sim 2024 and welcome back to the Neofly series. This is of course episode 56 and we are parked on the ramp here at Kilimanjaro Airport in Tanzania where we ended off the last episode. And things are changing slightly compared to what I said at the end of the last episode, because the plan initially was to do some bush flying into the Masai Mara. However, I've just realized that the Masai Mara scenery that I used last time hasn't been updated for Flight Sim 2024. So, bit of change of plans. We're actually heading out of Tanzania. We're going to take a 6-hour flight in our PC-12 down to Maun in Botswana, and we're going to do some bush operations into the Okavango Delta, because that scenery has been updated for Flight Sim 2024. I haven't checked it out in the new sim yet, so that'll be cool as well. We get to check out the new scenery, we get to do some proper bush flying in Flight Sim 2024, and earn a bit of cash in Neofly. Now, the reason why we're taking the PC-12, all of our bigger airliners and private jets and stuff are busy. Our AI pilots or our staff pilots in Neofly are working flat out, earning some cash. So we need to fly single pilot because I don't have a staff co-pilot to go with me. So that's why I'm taking the PC-12. And we do have some VIP passengers that we will be taking down to Maun as well, so we'll get a bit of cash from this route anyway. So that's the plan for today's flight. Like I said, we're looking at about 6 hours worth of flight time down to Maun, so pretty decent flight. As you can see, there's a storm kind of closing in on the airport, so we want to kind of get going. I think it might actually be moving across the airport rather than coming towards us. So if we're going to take off in the direction we're facing now, we should actually be heading away from the storm, but we'll check that out once we get clearance and once we start heading out. So we are 5 Hotel Delta Tango today. We're going to be flying with Beyond ATC for our air traffic control. Active Skies doing the weather, and of course the route was generated by Neofly. So let's go and jump aboard our PC-12 and we can start getting things ready. Right, let's close the door. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to mention is Chase Plane is doing all of the views. Why can I not get rid of this? Thank you. Cool. Okay, batteries we can turn on. We'll turn this on, set that to battery. That's cool for now. Avionics we can turn on. Nav lights, and that's fine for the moment. Inertial separator, we'll turn on the seatbelt lights. The rest can stay off until we fire up the aircraft. Okay, let's get our GPSs aligning, and then we can put in our route for today. Okay, and then tower 118.8, oh, which we already have that here, so let's just swap that in. Very nice. Okay, that can do its test.
System OK.
This can do its test, and let's go and input our route. So we start at Kilimanjaro.
Warning, autopilot trim.
And our first waypoint is Avatu. And that's going to be our SID as well, Avatu 2 Delta. From Avatu, we take UT 252. To Sobto, Congo, Sobto, we go UA 409 to Lusaka VOR, which is VLS. From there we go UR 779 to Asobo in Botswana now, and then from there direct to Etlon, and then that is our star into Maun. Okay, so let's go and do those procedures. We'll obviously double check this with ATC, but we're expecting 09 with the Avatu 2 Delta. Nice. And then we could go back to procedures And we are expecting at Botswana 08 RNAV. So we can load that. And we are expecting... Oh, we do have a star Etlock 1 kilo. So we can load that as well. Cool, so that is set. Let's do this test. Okay, so I see Neofly hasn't loaded the fuel, so let me just go and turn that setting on, which means it'll reboard the passengers as well. So actually I can bring that up here. So if we go into settings, there's this fuel sync, which doesn't work nicely on aircraft like the PMDG and Phoenix and the AnyBuilds aircraft, which is why I had it off, because we flew the A300 in the last episode. So let's turn that on and it'll reload our flight.
Welcome back, Captain. It looks like the weather is perfect for flying.
Captain, we
Cool.
have
So
royalty on board today.
Board our
The
passengers.
security team have carried out the necessary security checks, and we are now ready.
Okay, and now we should have full fuel, or
Pilots,
just under
today's
full fuel.
VIPs are making their way now. Oh my god. Is that... It is! Oh, that's made my day! See if you can get me an autograph, please!
Okay, so they're boarding. That's done. Right. We are going to turn on the flight director. We'll be in nav mode. That is wrong, so we need to change that to GPS. So that is better. That's fine. QNH today is 1019. So let's dial that
Transporter.
in.
Boarding is complete. You can start your flight.
And we'll contact Tower to get our squawk code and our clearance. Well, obviously the squawk is part of the clearance. Kitty Tower, good morning. 5 Hotel Delta Tango, IFR to Mound, ready to copy.
Hotel Delta Tango, Kili Tower, expect runway 09er, AVA22 Delta departure, initial climb to 9,000 feet. Squawk 4050.
Okay, expect runway 09, Avato 2 Delta departure, initial climb 9,000 and squawk 4050, Hotel Delta Tango. Okay, so we can set 9,000 here. It's very windy outside. Chase plane doesn't play very nicely with the PC-12, I've realized.
5 Hotel Delta Tango, read back correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Call you back, Hotel Delta Tango, thank you. Okay, so he said start or taxi, which means we can fire up. Alright, so let's storm. We're heading out that way, and then we're going to turn this way. No, turn that way, what am I saying? And head into that. So hopefully we can head through that kind of clearer part over there. Okay, let's get the beacon on. Just do some tests quickly. Okay, let's sync this up with my hardware. Right, let's get that off. That's all good, that's all good. Okay, and let's fire her up. Right, so we'll give it 12 there. There we go. And then we'll go ground idle.
Everything looks
Keep an
good
eye on the
for
ITT.
taxi to the runway and take off.
So 681, 682 is probably the highest there. We're good. Okay, up to 712. We didn't hit the 800 mark, so still fine. Okay, let's get this armed, this auto, And we're cruising today. Actually, we forgot to check. 32,000. 26,000. Yeah, 32 is a bit high. Okay, so we'll dial this to 27. So there's 23. There's 27. We set that like so. Okay, flaps for takeoff. Generator 1, generator 2. That can come off, that stays, that goes up. Cool, cool, cool. Cooling systems. Those on, that's fine, that stays, that goes on. We can turn on the taxi lights for now. Okay, and then we do the pusher test. So we engage that. And we push the throttle up until it starts. Your flaps have to be position 1, which is 15 degrees. Okay, then we can hit that, wait for the light to come back. It is now complete, and then we can deselect that. Throttle back to idle. And then we can call for taxi. Hotel Delta Tango, ready for taxi.
Hotel Delta Tango, runway 09 taxi via Sierra.
Runway 09, taxi via Sierra, Hotel Delta Tango. Okay, parking brake released, a little bit of power. Okay, easy taxi, we keep right and then down to the end of the runway. So you'll see what I mean. Chase plane does this crazy vibration stuff when you're like at a really low speed on the ground. And once we pick up a bit of speed, then it kind of settles. So I don't know what that's all about. I must actually check if there's an update for chase plane, because there very well could be. There's like a little 206 or 207 there. I think it's a 207. Okay, so we turn right here and we go down to the end of 09. Okay, that storm is definitely moving away from the airport, so that's cool. And we're taking off away from that rain. There are some storms out in front of, well, going to be in front of us when we take off, but they're quite a bit further out, so I'm hoping we can sneak through that gap over there. Okay, there's no one out here in front of us, so we can get all the lights set up for takeoff. That's all good, that's all set. Okay, the last thing we have to do is squawk or transponder on, and then condition lever to flight. Hotel Delta Tango, ready for departure, runway 09.
Hotel Delta Tango, Kili Tower, wind calm, runway 09, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09, Hotel Delta Tango. Okay, condition lever to flight. Said wind is calm. If there is anything, it's coming from the left. Okay, let's gently advance the power and see if we can keep the aircraft on the runway, because I generally have quite a bit of fun with the PC-12's ground handling. Okay, power set. Airspeed's alive. There's 60, and there it starts to swing to the right. And we are up.
Watch out for the champagne corks. These particular VIPs have a reputation station.
Okay, gears coming up. There's 100 flaps coming up as well. We'll keep a nice gentle climb here as we build up some airspeed. We are very heavy, so our climb is going to be affected by that for sure. Okay, and we should get handed over to, I think it is 123.9, which we already have set. Right, let's go autopilot on.
5 Hotel Hotel Delta Tango. Contact Kili departure
Your damper's on.
123.9.
Hey. 123.9. Hotel Delta Tango. Good day. Okay, I'm going to bring the vertical speed down a bit so we can pick up a bit more speed, and then we'll go IS hold. Departure, good morning. 5 Hotel Hotel Delta Tango, passing 4,300 feet, climbing 9,000. Okay, let's go IAS over there. That should be cool.
5 Hotel Hotel Delta Tango. Kili departure. Identified. Climb to 11,000 feet.
Climb to 11,000 feet, Hotel Delta Tango. Alright, we are going into the clouds a little bit here, but we're going to start our turn soon. This turn is actually based on our altitude, so I should have just climbed a bit quicker so that we could turn before this, because it might actually be quite bumpy in here. Okay, let's turn this off. We can turn off taxi and landing lights. We'll keep the recognition lights on. Just skirting along the edge of this, which is not ideal. Okay, we're still cleared to an altitude, not a flight level, so we're leaving 1019. Okay, decent climb rate now. So that's good. (8,000 feet).
5 Hotel Hotel Delta Tango. Contact radar 119.3. Have a good day.
119.3 Hotel Delta Tango. Good day. Radar, good morning. 5 Hotel Hotel Delta Tango, passing 9,000 feet, climbing 11,000.
Hotel Hotel Delta Tango. Radar contact. Climb to flight level 220.
220, interesting. Climb to flight level 220, Hotel Delta Tango. was the section with all the rain, so we're passing that. We actually are sneaking nicely through that gap. Oh, never mind, we're turning into it now. This could be interesting. And Hotel Delta Tango request heading 240 to avoid weather, please. I don't think that's something you can do in Beyond ATC yet. So we'll just see how it goes flying through these clouds. Okay, engine settings look cool. There's the Thunder. Okay, we now have been cleared to a flight level, so we can set standard. So yeah, in reality, I wouldn't fly into this. But it is just a sim, so we should be fine. Keep an eye out for icing. It is a little bumpy, but it's not crazy. Oh, yeah, it's rough. Seatbelt signs are still on. I don't see any icing. We do have de-icing systems if we need. It seems to be okay. Pick it up on the windshield because of the windshield heat, so I'm looking on the wings. Looks okay.
Precision Air 421, turn left, heading 090, vectors for Kesoni Airport.
Turn left, heading 090, Precision Air 421.
Precision Air 421, contact Zanzibar approach 121.2.
Okay, there we are. That Precision Air, I think those ATRs that they fly. They might actually have some caravans as well. Okay, we're making decent progress. Coming up to 16.5. Alright, coming up to 19,000. Just keeping an eye on that ITT. Staying below 750. So, just looking at the flight plan, we are actually going to stay at flight level 220 for a while, so it makes sense that that's what they gave us. We just need to keep an eye on our fuel for this route because it is quite far and we couldn't take 100% fuel exactly. We're almost full, but not quite because of the payload. So we just need to keep an eye on our fuel consumption. So according to Navigraph, it's going to take us 5.5 hours to get there. Our current endurance is about 5 hours, but that time to destination is going to drop quite a bit once we level off. So 20,500 now. So let's come in here. Let's do this one and put in time. So that'll be okay. So this is nearly 7 hours. Okay, that's 1,000 feet to go. About to start leveling off now. So this is how long it's going to take to get to our destination. It's interesting because this says 6:49, Navigraph says 5:30, and this is our time to top a descent. So we kind of need this to be longer than that. We're leveling off now, so this should start dropping quite quickly as we build up some speed. I'm going to back off the power a bit as well, which will bump our endurance up. Oh, this might be rough. Endurance is up to 5.5, down to just over 6. Flight time. Navigraph now says 5 hours flight time, so we'll see. Okay, if we have to divert, we'll probably land at Lusaka. The VOR is already on our route. And we should have no problem making it to Lusaka, landing there, fueling up, and doing the last 40 minutes or so from there to Maun. Okay, so we're definitely gonna have to keep an eye on the fuel. I don't know why the aircraft and Navigraph are so different on the time remaining, but we'll keep an eye on that. But for now, we're gonna cruise through these storms for the next 5 hours or so, and I'll join you later when we prep for our descent, either into Lusaka if we need fuel, or into Maun if we can make it all the way. Okay, welcome back. We're just about 50 miles out, or just over 50 miles out. I'm not sure what's going on with the route here. This GPS does this a lot, where it doesn't actually join onto your arrival. So that's why this was so far out, because it's actually taking us all the way to Maun, out, and then starting the arrival again. And that's why it says 40 minutes to top of descent, even though our top of descent is right here, because it wants us to go all the way back and then come back in again. So we're going to start our descent shortly. ATC gave us exactly what we were expecting, runway 08 at like 1 kilo. So that's exactly what we thought we were going to go. Okay, perfect. Headlock 1 kilo, runway 08, and we are ready for descent now. Hotel Delta Kilo. Oh, Delta Tango. Whoops. I was thinking of the kilo in the star.
Hotel Delta Tango, descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1017.
Descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1017, Hotel Delta Tango. Thank you. Okay, so we'll go on that. Vertical speed.
Enjoy your flight.
Okay, let's see if we go here to flight plan and then menu and then VNAV. That's what I'm looking for. So target is 1400. Do 15. It's going to catch up as we pick up speed, and we'll just manage the throttle to make sure we don't overspeed on the way down. Okay, Maun is at 3,094 feet.
Gaffer Control, Springbok 041, good afternoon, flight level 330.
Springbok 041, Gaborone Control, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 350.
Continue climb to flight level 350, Springbok 041.
Right, there we go. We'll do QNH 1017 a little later, just in case we have to level off here for traffic at some point. Okay, so we're coming in on the approach now. Let's go back here. We'll just get the little map so we can see. Alright, I'm going to bring the speed way down. So this is 410. We were supposed to be at 5,100. So we are way too high.
Hotel Delta Tango, contact Mon approach 126.0.
126.0, Hotel Delta Tango, good day. Mount approach, good afternoon, 5 Hotel Delta Tango. 10,000 feet at like 1 kilo. So I think this is actually a different... Sorry, we're at 410, we're not 401. We're actually fine on altitude.
Expect the Navy runway 08 with the octave transition.
Expect the RNAV runway 08 with the octave transition. QNH 1017, Hotel Delta Tango. Okay, so we are actually okay. I read this wrong. This is 401. We're coming up to 410. 401 is on this side.
5 Hotel Delta Tango. Clear direct octave. Cross octave at or above 6,000 feet. Cleared Navy runway 08.
Direct octave, cross octave, 6,000 or above, and cleared for the RNAV 08, Hotel Delta Tango. Okay, we've actually gone through 10,000 feet already, so that's all good, that's fine. Seatbelt signs are still on, so we're solid. Let's go back here to the flight plan. So octave above 6,000, that's good. Just want to see. Okay, we need to put this in. That's why. Load that up. Cool. 400 at 510 or 5100. 5100. Okay, that's good. And then we can go down to 3370. Right, we might even be able to see the airport there. Not quite. It is just off our wing there. Okay, so visibility isn't great, but we should be all right. Once we get under these clouds, we do have the RNAV that takes us down to about 200 feet. Okay, octave is max 230 knots, which is not an issue for us. QNH is set, lights are set. We just need flaps and gear once we get onto the final approach. I don't see the airport. It's clearing up a bit, but we're going to be heading back into that. Right, let's go back to our map here. Yeah, so 7 miles to octave, and then we start left-hand turn, join on to MN 400, and then 401, and then we start our descent. Okay, so we'll stay at 6,000. Once we start the turn, we'll go down to 5,100. We don't need to be cleared by that, or cleared for that by ATC, because they've cleared us onto the RNAV already, so we can follow those altitudes that are published on here. So you can see MN 400, 5,100, and we stay there for 401 as well. Okay, 5 miles to the turn. I'd say we've got just enough fuel on board. We'll be landing with probably just over 30 minutes of fuel. Okay, let's get the tower frequency. So Mount Tower 118.7, just so that we don't have to fiddle around with that on short final. Okay, 1187. Okay, 2.2 miles. Left turn to 166 in 8 seconds. Perfect. Bit of the Delta type terrain or scenery that we're going to be doing our bush flying into in the next episode. Okay,
vertical track.
Dial this down to 5,100. Arm that. A nice gentle 800 feet a minute descent. Okay, weather at Mount 29 degrees, nice and hot. 50 degrees at 8 knots, the wind QNH 1017, and it's cloudy, which we can see for sure. Okay, 2.8 miles to MN400. A left turn to line up with the runway. And then once we pass 401, we can set our altitude down to 3,300. And in fact, we'll do 3,400. There's the ping for the fuel. Okay, so that's MN400. We now turn towards 401. At 401, we start our descent. I can actually see the airport. There it is over there. So we shouldn't have any issues with visibility.
Hotel Delta Tango. Contact Mount Tower 118.7.
118.7, Hotel Delta Tango. Good day. Okay, I can see the runway. Mount Tower, good afternoon. 5 Hotel Delta Tango. RNAV, runway 08. Okay, 3.3 miles from 401. We're level at 5,100. Let's go down to 34.
Mount Tower, wind 060 at 8, runway 08, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 08, Hotel Delta Tango. Okay, so according to the aircraft, we've got just over 40 minutes of fuel on board. 1.5, 1.6 miles now to our descent point. Okay, what's our ground speed currently? 139 knots. So we want to descend at about 700 feet a minute. And we're going gonna keep slowing down here. Let's do 700 because I can see we're a little high. Actually have that indicator here as well. Okay, let's get the gear down. We need to slow down a little bit more before we can do flaps. Okay, flaps 15. Okay, flaps 30. That beep was 1,000 feet to go. It's 100 knots. We're flaps 40 now. Okay, autopilot disengaged. Yaw dampers off. My aircraft. It is quite bumpy actually with the storms in the area. Makes sense with all that turbulent air around, but you can see we are being bounced around quite significantly. So again, my
500
main challenge here is going to be keeping it on the runway with the twitchy ground handling. And turbulent. Okay, bit of a bounce, bit of a slide.
Transporter from dispatch. Clear the runway and taxi to parking.
There's reverse. Dancing on the rudder.
Exit next available taxiway.
Next taxiway, Hotel Delta Tango. Okay, condition lever to ground. Flaps coming up.
Hotel Delta Tango, contact ground 121.905.
121.95, Hotel Delta Tango, good day. Okay, 121.95.
Negative, ground on 121.905.
121.905, Hotel Delta Tango. Ground, good afternoon. 5 Hotel Delta Tango. Request taxi to assigned ramp, please. So we're on Charlie.
Ramp 11 taxi via Charlie, Alpha.
Ramp 11 taxi via Charlie, Alpha, Hotel Delta Tango. Okay, so Alpha is the main taxiway that goes left to right in front of us. I don't know exactly where 11 is, so I'm just gonna... I've got the chart on my phone just because it's quicker. So I just want to see if I can find any details. So no, there isn't really any details. So I think we're just gonna go this way. It should be over there where all the charter aircraft park. Now what I can do is just look on the Beyond ATC map. It's an Airlink Embraer 170. Okay, so it is this way, and it's going to be next to that stack of caravans and what else? So caravans, 206s, 207s, air vans, all pretty common out here. Those all look like caravans. There's an amphibious one as well. Speaking of caravans, the Black Square caravan is coming out in about a month. Can't wait for that. We're definitely going to be flying that on the channel. Okay, we're on Alpha now. So I'm just looking at my Beyond ATC map on the other screen. It's taking us, it looks like we're going to park other side that caravan. But it does want us to go onto the next lane here, onto the ramp. So here, like so. It actually wanted us to follow that line there. Okay, so we're this one at the end here. So what I'm going to do is it wants us to face this way. So we'll just do this. What's going on with all that stuff there? So it wants us in this one. Actually, I think it is that last one there, but where am I supposed to park with that stuff all in the way? Is that little staircase is like right in the middle of the parking. Okay, that's fine, we can park here, it's not the end of the world. Okay, parking brake set. Alright, not much fuel left, so we only just made it. Let's turn taxi light. Oh, I should have turned that off earlier. That's fine, that's fine. These can come off. That can come off now. That can come off. We'll set that there. Avionics,
warning,
generators.
Warning.
Shut down the engine.
Okay, the VIPs are leaving the aircraft and are heading
And
straight
in fact,
to the
we
left.
don't actually need this either. Can turn those off so that everyone can disembark. What I do need to do is set that to off, that to off. That's cool. And then we could switch off the batteries. And I guess we'll place this. And
Transporter from dispatch.
this.
Disembarkation completed.
Can you set this
Thank you
down
and
like
good
that?
day.
Doesn't seem like it. There we go. That's what I wanted to do.
Start your engine.
Right, unlock. And open. And there we are. Welcome to Maun, Botswana. And another enjoyable flight. They did just update the PC-12, and I must say the ground control felt a lot better on this flight. Still don't know about that issue with Chase Plane where the view wobbles about, but hey, it's not the end of the world. But here we are in Maun, so now the next couple of episodes we will be flying something. Probably like a Kodiak or maybe the Airvan or something like that out into the Okavango Delta. So that's the plan for the next couple of episodes of the Neofly series. But anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of this video. If you did make it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you do want to follow along, if you did enjoy it, you know what to do down below. And hopefully